Hi guys. I know that you guys are wrapping up your independent projects. We are going to have them published by Sunday. If you are doing a slideshow, you should be on your last couple of slides. If you are doing a series of short stories or a series of poems, you should be on your third short story or third poem. I want to remind you that you can turn to mentor text and a variety of other tools such as rubrics and checklists to really help guide your revision. When you are going over your projects and you're looking for just to make them better, we want to not just only edit for punctuation and grammar mistakes, but we also want to revise and just really kind of dig into these and see how we could improve this writing. We want to look at our mentor text that we selected of a published piece of writing. When you're looking at your mentor text, you can use some of these strategies to help you kind of form a checklist of things you should be looking for in your own writing. You could read the piece and mark the parts you love. You could ask yourself, what did this writer do that I could try? You could give the author's move a name, and then you can use your checklist to revise your writing. And I've given an example of this based off of the speech that we watched last week. I know that this this little girl, when she gave her speech, she used humor to kind of capture her audience. I think that's probably a strategy that you could mimic if you were giving a speech. If you are writing a poem, perhaps the mentor text that you selected, you like the rhyme scheme, and you could also mimic that in your last poem. If you are writing short stories and your mentor text really did a nice job of describing a setting or introducing a character, you could mimic those strategies that that author used in your short stories also. I've also created a Google Doc that you guys can view, and it's got narrative checklists and rubrics, informational checklists and rubrics, a poetry rubric, and a song or a rap rubric. You absolutely do not have to use these when you're selecting your own rubric for your project. I just thought it would be helpful, like if you're doing memoirs or fan fiction, scary stories, for you to have a narrative checklist or a narrative rubric. These are geared towards middle school students. They're part of our curriculum. If you're doing an informational slideshow, you could use one of these. You do not have to use my rubric. You can find your own. If you just type into Google the genre of writing and rubric, it'll pull up a ton for you to look at. And the great thing about a rubric is it gives you kind of some focus points when you're reviewing and revising your own writing. So you can see if there are areas that you need to improve. Maybe there are areas you've never even thought about. Once you've selected a rubric, I want you to take a screenshot. I want you to go to File, Insert Image, and I want you to put it right here in the rubrics part of your digital writer's notebook. Typically, you'd be provided a rubric for a genre of writing that we're focusing on, but for this unit, you have a choice in the genre of writing for your project. Look for a rubric um, that matches what you've chosen for your project. And then this is going to help you come up with elements and expectations for this style of writing. So go ahead and paste it right here in your digital notebook where I'm showing you on this orange slide. This Google Doc will be linked in this lesson, and I look forward to reading your writing.